The Career and Technical Education Academy, a new facility in the Sioux Falls School District to help students develop the skills they need to live and work in the 21st century. The first of its kind in this part of the country, the CTE Academy will house advanced programs for high school students in the areas of auto tech, auto body repair, carpentry and construction, computer-aided drafting, health careers, media production, welding, culinary arts, and manufacturing. This flexible facility also has the potential to help students learn about alternative energy sources, electronics, robotics, and computer networking. Partnering with the progressive business community in Sioux Falls and the area's premier post-secondary technical institute, Southeast Tech, the school district will open this remarkable facility beginning fall 2010. Join us as we follow the development of this school from the first ground being broken to the first day of classes. In this episode, we talk with Jim Kale, principal of the CTE Academy, about where things are at from his perspective.
Good morning, I'm Jim Kale. I'll be the principal of the CTE Academy when we open in the fall. Right now it's April 27th and construction is in process. We're on schedule. The target completion date is July 1 and I know all of the crews are busy making progress and the building is taking shape and it's going to be an awesome facility when completed. We're just inside the main entrance here where all of the students will enter during the day for the 3 different blocks. Right here will just be somewhat of a foyer area where students can wait for rides, watch for the bus. So there'll be some lounge furniture in here as well if a student is here prior to class starting or waiting for a ride after class. And this will be the main office area. This will be a reception area with our clerical here. And then down the hallway we'll have the principal's office, 2 other offices, a nurse's office, and then a conference room that will be used for staff meetings and other meetings that we'll have here at the Academy. In this area here will be the staff workroom. At the Academy we won't have cafeteria services, so we'll use this area for staff to eat their noon meal. In addition to the mailboxes and storage area, we'll have some dining tables here. We'll also have a stove and refrigerator and microwave that staff can access during the lunch period. So the next area here, this is the media arts area. In this portion of the building we have the 2 classrooms, a mobile lab and an editing lab, production lab if you will. We'll also have the new K-Learn studio. So there's a storage room, the studio, and then also a control room. This will be one of the 2 media classrooms. You can see the lab spaces are very large, so there's plenty of room. Our plan is to maintain the student-to-teacher ratio of 20:1, so there's plenty of space in here for the 20 students. In both of these labs, the students will be working on their media projects, everything from music videos to documentaries to infomercials, etc. So in this lab here, we'll have the stationary computers. They'll be hardwired. Again, they're the high-powered computers that they'll use for their media projects. They'll have the large flat screens as the students do their video projects and do some of the music editing. Those computers have higher requirements than some of your standard computers. This is the main hallway down the center of the building. We've been referring to this as Main Street, so you'll see the signs similar to street signs on each side of the corridor indicating the programs within that area. And then off to the right here is the culinary program. That's a new program for the district. We'll be teaching the Pro Start curriculum. This first room is the dining area where students can practice serving their meals, practice their customer service skills. So we'll have this room set up as a dining area with the tables, chairs, waiter stand, etc. Then we're moving into one of the culinary classrooms. We have 2 classrooms, 2 kitchens, and then there's a common prep area in the center of both sides, both kitchens, that will have the dishwasher, the freezer, the cooler, the ice machine, etc. So we'll have 2 classrooms and 2 kitchens for student use. This is one of the kitchen areas, so there'll be 5 workstations in this lab. This station here at the front is the teacher demonstration workstation so all the students can form a semicircle around the teacher and get their instruction. So students will be able to utilize this station as well, and then there'll be 2 stations on each side of the room as well. And this will be that common area with some of the food storage, the dishwasher, the pantry, like I said, the reach-in freezer and the commercial refrigerator. And then you're into the next kitchen through this doorway, and then the next classroom for the culinary program. Down this wing, the 4 lab classroom combinations will be part of the health science area. So back in this corridor, 2 of the rooms will be dedicated to the health careers program. The other 2 classrooms will be for the Project Lead the Way biomedical program. We'll just step into these labs. So this is one of the 2 Project Lead the Way biomed labs. As you can see, there's plenty of space for the 20 students. We're starting this program in the fall. We'll have both the biomedical program and the pre-engineering program. So 2 labs of this size, there's a large storage area, and then we have teacher offices between the 2 classrooms as well. And then across the hall here we have the health careers classroom. Again, 2 very large lab classroom combinations. The entire facility is wireless, so the students will have access to laptop computers on a daily basis. But between the 2 classrooms on the health careers side, which students can sit for their CNA examination upon completion of the program, we have a mock nurses station, so students will be familiar with what they might see in the real world as far as that aspect of the job. We also have a bathroom that has all of the handicap access and meets the ADA requirements, so students can practice their patient lifts, not only on the facilities, but in the shower as well. Practice those skills. And then we also have a laundry facility here for the health careers in the medical program as well, so they'll have their own washer and dryer and they can practice washing the bed linens, etc. The next program area down this corridor is the manufacturing engineering, and on the one side of the hallway is also the cabinet making and carpentry. So in this room here we'll have the Project Lead the Way pre-engineering. The students will be on laptops, so this is where they'll do the classroom portion of their training, and then they can also move to the manufacturing lab as part of their experience as well. This is the CAD lab, the computer-aided design. In this lab we'll also teach the board drafting to students. So we'll have 20 workstations in here, a smart board. You can see the storage for the plans and files. But in here we'll have the plotter, the 3D printer for the students as well. Down in this lab, this will be our manufacturing lab. We have a classroom attached, teacher's office, plenty of storage in here. You see the exhaust arms on the north wall. This lab will house a number of modules. Students will work on everything from electronics, robotics, pneumatics, soldering. They'll have a machine tool unit where they work on the router and the mill. We'll have the plasma cutter back in the room off the lab. You can see the large overhead door if students have a big project they want to work on. So just a number of modules in here, project oriented along the lines, teaching about careers in the manufacturing area. We're moving into the carpentry and construction area. Each of our labs does have a classroom attached for the classroom portion of the curriculum. Again, if they need to be on the wireless laptops, they'd be able to do that. They usually start the day in the classroom, talk about the objective of the day, any safety reminders, etc., and then they move into the lab space. So we have 2 labs in this area. This one will be for the carpentry and home construction. The cabinet making will be next door. Again, this will have a lot of the equipment. There's material storage, there's plenty of tool storage, there's mezzanine storage up above. And then right out the back door, you get out to the house construction area, which is a separate facility where the students will be able to build 2 houses indoors out of the elements. We'd walk back there, but it's a little muddy today. But like I said, we'll have capacity to build 2 houses indoors out of the elements. Whereas right now over at Roosevelt, they have to plan their lessons around the rain and the wind chill factor, etc. Out here, students will be able to work on the house every day. So this will be the cabinet making lab. Again, a classroom attached. A lot of your saws, jigs, routers, etc. will be in here. A finish room in the back. Eventually, we'd like to see the students in the cabinet making program build the cabinets for the houses that they're building in the carpentry program. But again, plenty of storage here. So this lab will be filled with all of the various woodworking and cabinet making equipment when completed. Then down this wing, we have our welding and our automotive, both the auto body program and the auto tech or the auto mechanics. So we'll walk down this corridor and take a look. So this will be the welding lab. We have a teacher office here. There's a small grinding room. Keep the grinders out of the main shop. But we'll have 20 booths in this welding lab. There'll be 10 on each side. Storage room for the welding tanks. Again, an overhead door if the students want to bring in a trailer or a large project. Plenty of room so students can get that hands-on experience every day. They're not waiting in line or on a rotation to actually be working on a welder. And the advanced welding program will be more project-oriented for us. Completion of all of the welding levels a student could possibly sit for the basic AWS certification if they wish to do so. These 2 labs are our auto body program. This lab here will be more of the finish side. You see the brand new paint booth we have being installed here. We have the wash bay, so this will be more of the final prep. Completion of the projects over here. The other side of the storage area will be more of the rough work, a lot of the pounding and prep work, the banging on the vehicles. Again, classrooms attached so the students can start in the classroom before they move to the lab. But what I think is very unique about all of our labs, particularly this one, students can be working on 8, 9, 10 cars at once instead of the whole class trying to do their work or their projects on one or two cars. So plenty of room in the labs. These 2 labs here for the automotive technology, the students can take the Automotive 1 or the Introduction to Vehicle Maintenance back at their home school, the Sioux Falls schools. Out here we will have the advanced auto programs, which include engine performance, brakes, suspension, and then automotive electronics. So again, students will be coming out here for their 2-hour block every day, and they'll work through that curriculum. But again, plenty of space to bring in numerous vehicles for the students to work on. These labs eventually will have a couple of the automotive lifts on each side. Plenty of storage. Each of the labs, again, is connected to a classroom. We'll have a mock service counter here where students can look up automotive parts. We'll have a large tool room. Towards the back here, so all of the tools and all the modules can be secured. Back behind this half wall is where we'll have some of the simulators or modules as well. What they've done, for example, in the automotive electronics class is they've taken an automotive dash, mounted it on a mobile unit where students can actually practice installing the CD players, the DVD players, the security systems, etc. So we also have modules for the suspension, for the brakes as well. So you see the lab space is just enormous. Plenty of space to bring in vehicles for the students to work on. Then we do have 3 general classrooms also. In one of these rooms, we will have our human services program, which essentially is for any students that are pursuing a career in an occupation dealing with people. This is a large double room. It'll have the dividing wall between the 2 classrooms, but we're able to open this up if we have any large meetings or want to bring in a large group of students. So in one of these 2 rooms, we'll probably house our geometry, our composition, and our speech, because as I've talked about before, we're going to incorporate those core content credits into our CTE classes so a student can earn core content credit as well as their CTE class here at the Academy. And we're excited about those opportunities. I should have also mentioned that all of our programs have advisory boards, folks from industry and business that have provided input as far as design of the program, what we need to cover as far as curriculum and content. So if there's anyone out there that's interested in being a part of the CTE Academy, that is one way you can do that. Just contact me and express that interest. We're also looking for business and industry partnerships or sponsorships for many of our areas. So if anyone out there is interested in that as well, please give me a call. Jim Kale at Washington High School right now. The number is 367-7970, and I can explain in more detail how a sponsorship may work. But we're going to recognize our sponsors in all of our mailings, our newsletters, etc. And then based on the level of sponsorship, there'll be some recognition here at the facility as well. We've had an overall CTE Academy steering committee working on the overall project, providing input and advice along the way. Right now we're just getting started on some of the initial steps of our sponsorship program. 2 companies that have already made a commitment to the program. We're very pleased to have Architecture Incorporated on board. They actually designed the facility, but they have agreed to help sponsor the facility overall programming, and then also in the architecture and construction. And then McGuire Iron, a local company here, has also committed to a sponsorship for the welding program. So we're very pleased to have those 2 corporations on board, if you will. Again, McGuire Iron in the welding, and then Architecture Incorporated as an overall sponsor for the program. We did our online registration in the spring. Those numbers are in. Right now we're currently placing students in schedules. In addition to the Sioux Falls students, we have 195 students from surrounding districts that will be tuitioning in to take part in these programs. And again, students will attend for a 2-hour block during the regular school day. But if you look at some of our programs, for example, the automotive technology and the health careers, those programs are going to be at capacity this first year when we open up in the fall. Some of the other programs, we've had great interest, but we'll grow into them. We're very excited about the Project Lead the Way numbers, both in the biomedical and the pre-engineering. Overall at the Academy, we'll have over 900 different students take part in a course out here over the course of next year. And when I say that, many students are taking a class in the fall and also a class in the spring. Some are just going one semester or the other. But I'm very impressed, very pleased with the numbers this first year. We'll have close to 1,000 different students walk through the doors of the CTE Academy. Right now, orders are ready to be placed for all of the equipment. As you can imagine, just a vast amount of equipment and supplies will be needed in the building. We're not able to move any of that equipment in until we get occupancy from the inspectors, etc. So we're shooting as a July 1 date for that. So a lot of those deliveries will be made in July, and then between company representatives and the district employees, we'll get everything in place and installed and make sure it works. So it'll be a busy July and August for us, but we're set to open in August, first day of school.